Picture this, a peaceful island town, Amity, getting ready for its biggest season of the year, summer. Tourists are flocking in, the sun is shining, and the beaches are calling. It's the perfect summer getaway. But just as the first wave of visitors hits the shore, something terrifying emerges from the deep blue. A young woman goes for a late-night swim and never returns. This isn't just a tragic accident, it's the beginning of a nightmare. This is the world of Jaws, the 1975 masterpiece directed by a young Steven Spielberg that completely redefined the summer blockbuster. It's a film that did for the ocean what Psycho did for showers. It tapped into a primal fear that most of us didn't even know we had, the fear of what lies beneath the surface. The story centers on Martin Brody, the new police chief of Amity Island. He's a man who moved from the big city to this quiet town seeking peace, a place where the most serious crime might be an illegally parked car. Ironically, he's also terrified of the water. When the remains of the swimmer are found, Brody is convinced a shark is responsible and wants to close the beaches immediately. It's a logical, responsible decision, but the town's mayor has other ideas. Mayor Vaughn is focused on one thing: the town's economy. The 4th of July weekend is the financial lifeblood of Amity. Closing the beaches would mean financial ruin. He pressures Brody, suggesting it was a boating accident, anything but a shark. He's a classic example of a politician putting profit before people, and his denial sets the stage for the escalating horror to come. So, the beaches stay open, and as you can probably guess, the shark strikes again. This time, it's a young boy, in broad daylight, in front of dozens of beachgoers. The horror is undeniable, the panic is real. The town can no longer ignore the monster lurking in their waters. This is where the film really shifts gears. It's no longer just about a town in denial, it becomes a thrilling hunt. A bounty is placed on the shark's head, leading to a frenzy of amateur fishermen descending on Amity, hoping to cash in. This sequence is almost darkly comedic, showing the absurdity of the situation as these ill-equipped hunters try to take on a force of nature they can't possibly comprehend. But among the chaos, two crucial characters emerge. First, we meet Matt Hooper, a young, brilliant, and wealthy oceanographer from the Oceanographic Institute. He arrives on the island, drawn by the news. Hooper represents science, logic, and a modern understanding of the ocean's predators. He performs an examination on the first victim and confirms Brody's worst fears. This is no ordinary shark. It's a great white, a perfect eating machine. Hooper is the opposite of the grizzled, old-school fisherman Quint. When the amateur efforts fail, the town is forced to hire this professional shark hunter. Quint is a man who seems to have been carved from sea salt and old rope. He's a veteran of World War II, a survivor with a haunted past that has given him a deep, personal vendetta against sharks. He's crude, fearless, and utterly captivating. He doesn't trust Hooper's fancy gadgets or scientific jargon. He trusts his experience and his gut. What follows is one of cinema's greatest adventures. Chief Brody, the everyman caught in the middle, Hooper, the man of science, and Quint, the man of the sea, board Quint's rickety boat, the Orca. They leave the shores of Amity behind and head into the open ocean to hunt the beast. The film then transforms into a tense, character-driven drama set on a single, claustrophobic location. The dynamic between these three men is the true heart of the movie. They are three completely different archetypes of masculinity, forced to rely on each other to survive. Brody, who has to conquer his fear of the water. Hooper, whose scientific confidence is tested by the raw power of nature. And Quint, whose hardened exterior cracks to reveal the deep scars of his past. The tension isn't just between them and the shark, it's between the men themselves. Their clashing egos, philosophies, and methods create a captivating human drama against the backdrop of a life-or-death struggle. One of the most famous scenes in the entire film takes place in the cabin of the Orca at night. The men are drinking, singing, and comparing scars. It's a moment of male bonding that feels incredibly authentic. Then, Quint tells a chilling story from his past, a monologue so powerful and haunting that it elevates the entire film. It explains his obsession and gives the hunt a profound, personal weight. It's a masterclass in storytelling and acting. Now, let's talk about the shark itself. Famously, the mechanical shark, nicknamed Bruce by the crew after Spielberg's lawyer, was a technical nightmare. It constantly malfunctioned, This disaster, however, turned into a stroke of genius. Because Spielberg couldn't show the shark for much of the film, he was forced to suggest its presence. And this is where the true terror of Jaws lies. He uses clever camera angles, like the shark's point of view shots, making the audience feel like the predator. He uses the iconic yellow barrels that Quint harpoons into the shark, which bob and disappear, signaling the unseen monster's movements. And, of course, there's John Williams' score. That's simple, two-note theme dun dun. Dun dun is possibly the most effective piece of music in horror history. It's the sound of approaching dread. It puts you on edge before you've even seen a single tooth. The fact that you do and see the shark for over an hour into the movie makes its eventual reveal all the more terrifying and impactful. Your imagination does most of the work, and what you imagine is always scarier than what you can see. Jaws is more than just a creature feature. It's a brilliantly crafted thriller that builds suspense layer by layer. It's a powerful story about community, corruption, and courage. It is an adventure story about three men battling a force of nature and their own inner demons. It's a masterclass in filmmaking, from the directing and acting to the editing and scoring. Even today, almost 50 years later, the film holds up perfectly. The practical effects, the incredible performances, and the sheer, raw tension are timeless. It is the reason so many people still feel a little prickle of fear when they swim out a bit too far from the shore. If you've never seen Jaws, or if it's been a while, you owe it to yourself to watch it. It's not just a great monster movie, it's one of the greatest films ever made, period. It's a perfect storm of horror, adventure, and unforgettable characters. So grab some popcorn, maybe avoid going for a swim right after, and experience the film that made everyone afraid to go in the water. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this look back at a cinema classic, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments what you think of Jaws. See you in the next video.